So it's actually the first time I've put my pack on and done any hiking at all, and I don't know, it's early February, so I'm just coming out here to set up my tent and my sleeping system and make sure everything's functioning and get a little bit of exercise in before before I decide to do this for about 2,200 miles, or try to. So we'll see how it turns out. All right. So today's actually the first day that I put the old pack on, and I finally got the last portion of my sleep system in today. My quilt came in, and so I threw my tent system and, you know, my sleeping system in the backpack and put it on my back for the first time and did a little bit of hiking out here, and which is crazy that it's early February, and in around a month I'm gonna try to do 2,200 miles and in this pack in my gear, and I'm a little behind the 8 ball in terms of preparation for the physicality part, but being that I just made this decision, I felt moved to kind of do this just 2 weeks ago or so. Managing what I can manage. I'm in a super great place mentally, and I feel like that's my jam, right? Is being uncomfortable. I just did 90 days of living out in a tent by choice, and 95 days or something like that. I did a good week of car camping, and I've recently been staying at my daughter's for a number of reasons. But number one, I'm going to spend 6 months out. Try to spend 6 months out on the trail, being uncomfortable, and I'm gonna soak up some air conditioning for while I can, and just enjoy the family before I step out. So I know a lot of people have reached out to me and said there's no way I could prepare, or anybody could prepare for the physicality of it. There's certainly things I could have done, and I wish I would have had more time, but it is what it is. We're all gonna get our trail legs out there, and I'm okay with that. I'm in no hurry, and I'm not trying to compete with anybody, and certainly not myself. It's really just enjoying the experience, and although I've been soaking up the information in terms of, you know, what I need to bring and the gear, and you know, staying warm, and I haven't even looked at a map yet. I haven't planned any, you know, what to accomplish a day. I'm not worried about any of that stuff, and I haven't really watched any content in terms of, you know, what to expect on the trail, man. I really want to get out there, and I don't want to be ignorant. I want to have enough information to where I'm respecting the journey and the trail ahead of me, but I also want to experience it myself and not really experience it through somebody else's vlog or anything like that. And so I'm going to do as much as I can do in terms of what I need to know, and the rest I'm ready to figure it out when I get out there. Completely committed. I spent a lot of money, but I saved a lot of money too. You know, I'm a total noob, man. I'll introduce you to my gear here. I'm going to set it up and then kind of tell you why I made these decisions, but they still got the tags on them, man. That's how much of a noob I am. But you know, I wanted to make sure before I took the tags off that, you know, I'm going to be comfortable in it, at least on the little bit I can do out here. So yeah, hope you stick around. Stay tuned. All right, so first things first, the thing I'll be carrying on my back the whole way, the backpack. So I went with the Osprey Exos 58 liter Ultralight backpack. Told you it still has the tags on there. And I went with this pack for a couple of reasons. Number one, I had zero experience and zero reference point, right? So I didn't know what I would like, whether it's an internal frame, external frame, frameless. So I went with the Osprey just because it's one of the more popular packs out there. And so I played it safe. I went middle of the road, right? And I was looking at the Gossamer Gorilla too, and because it was one of the more popular packs out there, I played it safe, knowing that I'll make adjustments when I'm out there, and if for some reason I don't like it, hence the tags are still on there, I could bring it back, right? And so the reason I went with a 58 liter, I'm really a minimalist by choice, and I really, my heart wanted me to go with the 40 liter, right? Because I'm only gonna bring what I absolutely need. But again, having no reference point, I didn't know exactly how to pack it or how to make the 40 liters maximize. So I went with a little bit of extra space just to play it safe, right? And that's the only reason I did. And the weights were insignificant in the grand scheme of things from my experience, right? I think this comes in at 2.94 pounds, and I don't remember what the 40 liter does. It's certainly less, but the peace of mind for the extra few little liters, I'm hoping will pay off in the long run. So I went with the Osprey Exos 58 liter, middle of the road, because I don't know what I don't know. And yes, you can make fun of me for still having my noob tags on there. I am whatever you say I am, as the great Eminem said. All right, next up, you're gonna continue to make fun of me because it's still in the box, right? So I went with the NEMO Tensor insulated sleeping pad, the long and the wide, and I'm gonna open it up out here and make sure it works and put it together. But the funny story about this is, again, I researched all these things not knowing the difference, but I certainly want it to be warm out there. I'm a Florida guy and I don't know what the weather's gonna be like. So I wanted to make sure that I was comfortable. I think the three things I really wanted to focus on was my feet, my filter system, and my rest, right? My recovery. And so the sleep is really important for me, and to make sure I'm resting at the end of the night and that I'm warm enough and comfortable enough. So I played it safe with this stuff too. But so I initially bought this and I think I paid $189 for it. And they shipped it to me, but they sent me the regular pad and not the wide pad. So thankfully they did, because I sent it back and I noticed when I was reordering that this pad, the wide and the long, was on sale for like $115 or something like that. So I actually saved money by them sending me the wrong product. And so anytime, if it's free, it's for me, or if I could save, I'm all about it. So Tensor insulated sleeping pad, long and the wide. All right, next part of my sleeping system just came in today, is still got the tags on it. Is a Paria Thermodown 15 down sleeping quilt, and it's actually my second sleeping system that I had come in also. So I initially knew nothing about degrees. I thought a sleeping bag was a sleeping bag. So I saved a lot of money by trimming on the sleep system kind of in the beginning. And I think I ordered a Kelty 30-degree bag and a mummy type bag, and it came in. And the more research I did, I realized that this has a lot better functionality in the quilt, right? That you could wear it around camp, or you could throw it over your shoulders and use it as a throw blanket. but I wanted to keep the money down as well. I didn't want to go super expensive, and I also didn't think a 30 degree might not be, there might be a few nights where it's just not going to cut it for a Florida boy in the mountains. And so I sent that back and ordered this, and it just came in today, and we'll see how I like it. But I did a lot of research to come to that decision. So the Paria Thermodown 15 degree quilt, along with a tensor pad, which should give you another 5 degrees or so. I should be good, you know, down to, you know, in the 20s, I think. So plus my clothing as well if I need to. So now here's where the tent system, still got the tags on it. I did set it up one time though. This is where I saved a lot of money and really cost me in weight a little bit. So I went with the Naturehike, I think it's Naturehike Cloud Up 2 system, and I paid 99 bucks for it, and it is a freestanding 2-person tent. I know there's others I could have got, some trekking pole tents or even a tarp, and I'm totally comfortable with that, with keeping my weight down as much as I can. But this came in at like 4.5 pounds, I think, which is the heaviest piece of gear I have. And I went with this for a couple of reasons. Number one, having zero experience and zero like knowledge of the weather conditions and things of that nature. I wanted something that I could put up quickly if I needed to. And it's worth having me carry a little bit extra weight. I didn't spend a lot of money in it, so if I need to drop it somewhere and I could pick up the skills necessary to put up a tarp quickly or pick up another system that might be more beneficial, like a trekking pole system or something like that, then I absolutely will. So I didn't spend a lot of money on this. It is in the pack for now to play it safe. I don't know what I don't know, so I may be sleeping mostly in shelters or, you know, under the stars if the weather is nice. But for right now, I needed to have a place that I can kind of huddle up in if the weather got real bad, and I could spend a few days in there. And so I went with this system for now, because I could put it up in a few minutes, and I'm carrying the extra weight for that. I don't have any experience with a trekking pole tent. I don't have any experience hanging a tarp and finding the right place. And so for right now, this is in my bag, knowing absolutely for certain that I'm probably gonna drop this and get rid of some of that weight, because 4.5 pounds is a lot to pay for, to carry for a tent. But that's where I'm at right now. So for the most part, I think I did fairly well. I think the backpack came in at 270 bucks. I'm at 200 bucks for the quilt. That's 470. I'm at 120 for the Tensor. That's 600 bucks. And with the tent, 700 bucks. And I'm under 12 pounds. I think I'm at 11.86 pounds of my big 3. For not knowing what I'm doing, I played it safe and kept my weight down as much as I can. So hopefully I can drop this tent eventually when I get the skills that are required for me to be able to know the landscape, set up like a tarp relatively quickly, or pick out another tent system like the Lashan or something like that that I could pick up cheap. You know, having zero gear also got kind of expensive, and so I had to cut some corners somewhere. Cut the corners with the tent for right now, believing I'll probably spend more time in the shelters or just figure it out as I go. So this might be the first thing that goes for my bag, but for right now, that's my big 3. I really want to know your guys' thoughts and comments, so let me know what you think of how I did and my rationale behind it. I really tried to juggle weight, price, and comfort, right? And it's really difficult to get all 3 of those. So maybe some of the more experienced people out there, let me know how I did and what you think of my gear choices, and I could take the criticism. And maybe eventually I'll take the tags off these things. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks. So I got it up a little bit. Didn't take me very long to unbox my stuff and set it up and talk to some nice people, and been a good day. I feel good. I'm gonna pack this stuff up and take advantage of the comforts of home while I can. So I'm not gonna stay out here tonight, but I have plenty of nights coming up where I'm gonna be out here. Appreciate you guys. Let me know your thoughts.